Part 1, Introduction. Very first we are going to see about what is a set. So the set is nothing but it is the collection of well-defined distinct object. So what is meant by well-defined? So this well-defined, it refers to the some specific property, that is whether the given object is belong to the particular set or not. That is we have to defined here. And then distinct means each and every object which are belong to the set should be different. So that is called as a set. So example for a set. For example, take your hand. So I am going to write the set for the types of fingers. So each and every finger have the different names. So the first one is called as a thumb finger, and the second finger is called as the index finger, and the third one is the middle finger, then ring finger, and then pinky fingers. Each and every fingers will have the different set of names. So here the set is denoted with the curly bracket. Inside the curly bracket, the number or variable which should be returned, each should be separated by the commas. Here the thumb, index, and middle, ring, and pinky, these are all called as the element. Otherwise, in this example, 2, 5, and 3, these are also called as the element. And then the 3 dot after the numbers, that should be represented as the ellipsis. Ellipsis means that should be continuous on, it not be entered. Okay, so this is the method for representing the set. For example, if I want to write the finite set, so what is meant by finite set? The set should be ended. For example, if I want to represent the number of alphabets inside the set, so how can you write the alphabet A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, and dash, dash, dot, dot, dot? It denote, it should be continuous. In between C and X, there should be some alphabets are there. Then X, Y, and Z. So how many alphabets are there? There are 26 alphabets are there. We know that the number of alphabet is 26. So that is called as a finite set. So next one is an infinite set. So infinite set means that will not be ended. It will be go on. So for example, take the first one as an n. N is the natural number. So the natural numbers are start from 1, 2, 3. So and it will be go on. There is no end for the natural numbers. So how can you represent the set of natural numbers? Inside the curly bracket, you have to start to write from 1, 2, 3, and so on. So next one is an W. So the W represent the whole numbers. The whole numbers are started from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, so on to. So here the whole number is also not entered. So there will be an infinite numbers in a whole numbers. So it will be represented by the continuous 3 dot. So next one is an Z. Z is a integers. So the integers are having both the negative numbers as well as the positive numbers. So where the negative numbers are started, it is started from minus infinity. So the negative numbers are also not ended. So you have to started from 3 dot. Then you can write -2, -1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So the positive number is also not entered. There are also infinitive positive numbers. So that should be represented by the 3 dot. Then Q. Q is the rational numbers. How can you represent the rational number? Rational numbers are written by P by Q. So where P is a numerator and Q is the denominator. So and there should be one condition for rational number. Always Q is not equal to 0. Okay, and P and Q, these two integers are belong to, these two P and Q should belong to which one? It is an integer. That means P and Q may be a positive number as well as they may be a negative numbers. So Q is the rational numbers. Then R. R is the real numbers. So real number means Q union I. So what is meant by union? It is the real number should have the combination of rational number as well as then I represent the irrational numbers. So it will contain real number contain both rational number as well as the irrational numbers. So what is an irrational numbers? The number which are represented in square root. That is the irrational number. That means if you find the value value for any square root numbers, we can get the decimal number with non-stopped one, non-terminated one. So the numbers which are not ended, that type of numbers are called the irrational numbers. So the R should contain both rational numbers as well as the irrational numbers. So these are all the example for the infinite set. So next we are going to see about the ordered pair. So what is an ordered pair? So if I want to represent it, pair means two. If I want to represent two numbers in particular order, then it is called as the ordered number. For example, how can you represent the ordered number? The ordered numbers are represented inside the bracket. So the first number represents the x coordinate. The second number represents the y coordinate. Okay, so for example, if I want to plot the numbers 3, 4 in the graph, how can you represent? So the first one is an integer. It is the positive integer. That means from I have to move from 0 with the right hand side. So from 0, how many steps I have to move? 3 steps. So I will be reached here 3. That is the x coordinate. Then y is the y coordinate. From 3, I have to move upward. How many position I have to move upward? 4 steps. So from 3, I will move 4 steps. I will reach the point, this one. So this is the point where this is the coordinate of the number 3, 4. Same way, if I want to represent 4, 3. So how can I represent? So 4 is the positive integer. That means from 0, we have to move right side. So how many steps I have to move? 4 steps I have to move. From the 4, how many steps I move upward? 3 steps. And then I reached the point this. So this is the coordinate of 4, 3. So this is the ordered pair. Next one is a Cartesian product. So Cartesian product means if you take A as a non-empty set. So non-empty set means it will have some values. I took the value for A as A. And then B took another one set B. So it is also a non-empty set. That means it should have the values B. I took the value for B as a B. So Cartesian product means you have to multiply, that is A cross B. So A cross B, so that is I am going to multiply the values in A as well as in values in B. What is the value in A? That is A. So that can be written in the ordered pair. So A should be written first, then comma, what is the value for B? That is B. That should be written as the second. So what is the value for A cross B? A cross B is A comma B. So here A belong to capital A, that is the set, and B belong to capital B. So how can you represent the Cartesian product? The Cartesian product of A cross B equal to A comma B, where A is belong to A and B belong to B. So take for an example. So for example, A equal to 1, 2, 3. And B equal to 3, 4, 5. So I want to write the Cartesian product of A cross B. So how can you write? First you have to write A cross B. That means the first element should be the element of A, and then second should be the B element. What is the first element? A. That is 1. So 1 is multiplied with 3 and multiplied with 4 and multiplied with 5. So that can be written as 1, 3 and 2, 1, 4 and 1, 5. Then A cross B. So what is the now value? 2. 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. Now you should take the values 3. So 3, 3, 3, 4 and 3, 5. If I want to represent this in the tabular form, how can I represent? A is represented as the row and B is represented as the column. So which is the row? This way, this is the row. So which is the column? This is the column. So how can you represent? What are the values in A? The values in A are 1, 2 and 3. So that can be written in the first row, second row and the third row. What is the value in B? 3, 4, 5. That can be written in the column. So 3, 4, 5. So what is the first position of tabular column? So this is the position of first row and first column. What is the value of first row? That is 1. What is the value of first column? That is 3. So that can be written as 1, 3. So now I want to write the value for this one. So what is the position of this one? It is the second row and the first column. So second row, that can be written as 2, and the first column value is the 3. So it is written as 2, 3. And then what is the position of this one? This is the third row and the first column. What is the value for third row? Third row is 3 and the first column value is 3. So that can be written as 3, 3. So like this we have to fill the table. Next one is a Cartesian product. Some of the important points that we have to note in the Cartesian product. So the first one is an two ordered pairs are equal. So we have to say the two pairs are equal. What is the condition given here? If and only if the corresponding first element are equal and the second element are also equal. So when I said the two ordered pair are equal means the first element and the first element are equal and the second element and the second element are equal. Then I say the two ordered pairs are equal. So see here the first example. The first element in the LHS is A. The first element in the RHS is also A. So both are equal. The second element in the LHS is B. The second element in the RHS is B. So A comma B equal to A comma B. So that is equal. So what is the second one? A comma B and B comma A. So the first element here is A, but here it is written as a B. So A and B are different. They are not equal. So as well as the second element in LHS is B, the second element in RHS is A. So again these two are not equal. That means these two ordered pairs are not equal. So the second one is an A cross B is not equal to B cross A, but N of A cross B equal to N of B cross A. So what is the condition given here? A cross B is not equal to B cross A. That is the value presented in A cross B is not same as the value presented in B cross A. But what is the condition given? N of A cross B. What is meant by N of A cross B? That is the number of element presented in A cross B. That should be equal to number of element present in the B cross A. So for example, see here A equal to A comma B and then B equal to 1 comma 2. So what is the first we are going to find? We are going to find the A cross B. So A cross B means first you have to write the A value as the first element. So what is the first element? A value, that is A. So A comma in B value first element is an 1. So A comma 1. Then you have to take A with the 2. So that is A comma 2. Then again you will write the B value, second element value. So B comma 1 and then B comma 2. So A cross B equal to A comma 1 comma A comma 2 comma B comma 1 comma B comma 2. Next we have to write the value for B cross A. So B cross A means the first element should be the B value. Then you have to write the A value. What is the first element in B value? 1. So 1 with the A. So 1 comma A, then 1 comma B. Then what is the second element in B? That is 2. So 2 comma A comma 2 comma B. So see the first element in A cross B, it is A comma 1. The first element in B cross B is 1 comma A. So these two are not equal. They are different. So you can, the first condition is satisfied. That is A cross B is not equal to B cross A. So what is the second condition is given? Number of element in A cross B equal to number of element in B cross A. How many elements are there in A cross B? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 elements are presented here. Right. How many elements are in B cross A? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many elements are presented in B cross A? That is also 4. So the number of element in A cross B equal to number of element in B cross A. And then third one is an A cross A cross A cross, which is equal to A comma B comma C, where A comma B comma C are belong to A. So here how many set are multiplied here? Here we are multiplying 3 set. One is an A into A. So if you multiply the 2 set, you said it is the ordered pair. Now we are multiplying the 3 set. That means it is called as the ordered triplet. So A comma B comma C is called as a ordered triplet. A cross infinite set equal to infinite set. If you multiply any set with infinite set, the answer should also be the infinite set. Then A cross null set equal to null set. That is, if you multiply null set means empty. If you multiply empty set with A, the answer should be the empty set. Then n of A cross B equal to n of A into n of B. That is, number of element in A cross B equal to number of element in A into number of element in B. So next one is for any three set A comma B comma and C, A cross B union C equal to A cross B union A cross C. So here we are distributing A over B as well as A over C. That is A cross B. What is the operator in between B and C? That should be written here. That is the union operator. So union A cross C. So again A cross B intersection C equal to A cross B intersection A cross C. So that is here also A is distributed to B as well as A is distributed to C. Next one is an A cross B minus C. So here A is distributed to B as well as A is distributed to C. What is the operator presented in between B and C? That is the minus sign. So you have to write here as the minus. So A cross B minus A cross C.